Good morning, everyone. I think I am live and I apologize. My streaming software is not working. So I don't know if you can hear me. Could you let me know if you can hear me? If you can't hear me, you're not going to be able to let me know. I think I'm live. I'm just going to kind of wait for some comments. I don't see any comments popping up. But I think on my YouTube channel, I am live. Let me see if I can hear myself. I don't see any comments. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can hear myself. Okay, we're going to have to do this like the old-fashioned way because I could not get my streaming software to work from my computer to my phone. So I am only on my phone today. Thank you. Can hear you fine. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. This is a different setup for me. I don't know how this is going to work when I go try to flip my phone, but we're just going to go with it today and hopefully I can get it to work. Work out for me. I'm so happy that you're with me this morning. My name is Sarah Simon. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I'm coming to you from Appleton, Wisconsin. And today we are picking our winner of our creative challenge. And we are going to be doing some Halloween gift giving type projects. I'm not really doing a card, but rather when I was at my creative escape retreat in Lansing, one of the presenters that was there did these really cool gift tags that you could do in place of a card. And so I decided I wanted to do that today for Halloween. I've been waiting for the opportunity to do that, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity. So again, I apologize. This might be a little bit crazy. I'm going to have to try to flip at some point and reset, so it might get a little bit messy, but I'm still in ManyCam and I'm still doing it from my phone, but for some reason I couldn't get my computer to hook up to my phone. They wouldn't sync for some reason, so it was a little bit of a panic this morning. So let me start with some happy mail. I received this beautiful, I'm going to take the thank you out, beautiful card from my friend Lisa Nealand. Lisa is actually going to be one of my guest stampers coming up here in October, August. August is way past. We're almost in October. But she is going to be coming and doing something with the Berry Cute bundle because she did a wonderful display for an event. And I asked her, could she come and show one of her favorite projects. But in this is a little gift card as well. She was thanking me for driving when we went to Lansing, and she has a little gift card in there for me. But look at how beautiful. One of the things that she used that I haven't used from that is in here she used, there's, I don't know if you can see the little, I think there you can see it a little bit better. It's like these little holes, kind of like, so she used a die to make that. Isn't that cute? Then I received this from my upline, Kelly. Last week she was in a panic because she needed to do, I think it was a bundle swap or it was something, and she ended up giving away her bundle as a prize to somebody, and so she didn't have it, and so she's like, I have to make this card and I don't have, I said, just come and borrow mine. So she borrowed mine, and so when she returned it, she had that thank you note in it. So that is what I have for fun mail. I also have some prizes from last week. So anytime you comment, your name gets put into a drawing. I number give everybody a number, and you can comment right here in YouTube in the live. You can also comment in YouTube if you're watching it after the fact. You can also comment on Facebook. If you can't get the comments to work on YouTube, I also look at the ones on Facebook. So I check all of those. And this week, every week, the person who wins for commenting gets the cards we made last week. So last week, we made this sympathy card, which is a really easy layout. We decorated the envelope. We also made this birthday card with that new fold where you fold that back and then you open it up. And then we also decorated the back of the envelope, so it kind of looks a little bit like the front of our card. So receiving these for commenting last week is Kathy. I think it's Kessler, Kesler. And I believe, Kathy, that I have your address. So I will go ahead and get those in the mail to you. And then anytime you share, so if you share on from YouTube, if you share from Facebook, please indicate that you did share by in one of the comments typing in shared, so that I know that I can enter you into a drawing. What happens a lot of times is that because of the privacy settings that you have set, I can't see who shared. I can see a whole bunch of people shared, but I can't actually see who they are. But receiving these blooming pearls, so there's like a pink, a blue, a green, and a gold color. I just love these. Is Mary Linsmeyer. Mary was number 12. Kathy was number 17. Everybody gets a number. And so I have the number circled here on my sheet. All right. So that is for sharing. And then for placing an order. So anytime you place an order and you use my hostess code, I do have a new hostess code. I don't have it up here because I had it all set in my ManyCam, but then when I tried to connect my phone, it didn't work. But I will get that hostess code on my Facebook page, and I will also be changing it on my blog. I just got the new hostess code. Thank you for all of you who liked and shared, and I love that. I will be getting the new hostess code on my blog as well. You can always find it there. I wanted to show you a card that we made in my stamp club this past week using the stamp set. So this is the stamp set. It's a background stamp set. And you might be looking at that going, what would you do with that? So this is a card that we made. Great for masculine cards. Okay, so look at those trees in the background, and we just put that deer in there and put the greeting kind of off to the side and brought like the woodsy feel with the wood paper. This is actually a card that I somewhat cased from Susie Wood. She did the bear punch in there, and I opted for a deer because most of the guys that I know go deer hunting and not bear hunting. And so I just thought that that was cute, but you could put a bear in there as well. So receiving this background stamp for placing an order was number 4, Denise Umloft. So Denise, I will get this off in the mail to you. So we also have our creative challenge. I'm going to get these prizes. I'm going to set them over here. That way I won't lose them because there's a lot of stuff going on over on that side right now. I wanted to do our creative challenge, so I'm going to go ahead, and I was going to do this ahead of time and read off the names of the people who had entered it to make sure I didn't miss anyone. But I'll kind of give it a little bit in case people come on here a little bit later. I have Tammy Litsky, Mary Van Domelin. I saw Mary had a comment already. Oh, and there's Tammy. She's in here too. Becky Weisky, Nancy Hippis, Sandy Calloway. I'm just putting these on, folding these. Karen Roofing, Mary Linsmeyer. Maybe you'll be a double winner, Mary. Eileen Humphrey, Michelle Jones. Lots of you guys have to go back and look. Cheryl McClure. There are some beautiful cards in there. Amanda Shabo and Kelly Wildenberg. Okay, I'm going to give that just a little bit. So for my creative challenge, for those of you who are new, every once in a while when I do either a different fun fold or a different layout, I challenge all of those who are watching to show me that you actually used that layout or that fun fold by creating a card of your own. And then if you post that in my creative challenge post in Facebook, you get entered into a drawing to win. And this time it is the stamp set of your choice. So you can pick out any stamp set that is in either the annual catalog or the holiday mini catalog, and it doesn't matter the amount at all. So whatever stamp set you would like, you can go ahead and order that. So Thank you for sharing. Yes, congratulations to our winners. I don't see anyone else popping in their name that they had also done this. I'm just kind of mixing these up here. My phone is, I'm sorry that I'm talking over that way, but my video where I can see the comments is over there. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just pick one of these. And the winner is, who is it? Mary Van Domelen. Mary, congratulations. I think this is the second time you might have won, Mary. I think Kelly Wildenberg won the last time, and Mary won one of the times too. So, Mary, you can let me know what stamp set it is that you would like, and I will get that ordered for you. All right, I think we are ready to start stamping. This is where I'm really, really nervous. You may want to close your eyes. I've never done it this way. I've always done it with my video editing software, or with my software where I can go between the two and just click a button. So I am going to go ahead and attempt to flip my phone, and I have to loosen up things here, and hopefully I can tighten things, and I think I'm okay. Oh, that was scary. All right, I turned my light off, and I think I might be upside down. Let me just put something in here once to see if I'm upside down. It's just gonna give me a second so I can see it on my end, because it really looks like I'm upside down. Yes, I'm upside down. So let me see if I can go like this. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Hopefully I'm still live. That is not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. If I'm upside down, I may just change my phone around. Oh, gracious. This is not what I wanted on a Saturday morning, let me tell you, for this not to be working real well. Looked better before. I should have just left it upside down. Oh my goodness. I am not used to doing it this way, ladies, so I apologize. I think I'm back to upside down, so let me go this way, maybe. Maybe I'll just do everything I'll just do it backwards if I can. Usually here, let me try this once. Usually I go like that, and it flips for me, but it might not do that while I'm live, so. I apologize. Trying to get back into my holder here. All right, we're just gonna go with it backwards. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Oh my goodness. I think I need a drink, and it's only 8:44 in the morning and I don't drink. So I think we're backwards yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just kind of make the things backwards because my hands should be on the opposite side. So anyway, I'm going to bring my Big Shot in here because we're going to start with that. Or not my Big Shot. Goodness. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We are going to be working with this bundle today. Tricks and Treats. And the Tricks and Treats bundle has dies that go with it. And these dies have a box, a treat box that you can use to make some cute little boxes without having to do any cutting and scoring or anything like that. And so we are going to go ahead and we are going to use this. We are also going to, there are two dies in there that I couldn't for the longest time figure out what they were, but it's this one right here. And I think I'll put that on maybe some paper here so that you can see that. And then there's one right here. Those will cut little holes in the bag so that you can put a handle through your box. So that's what we're going to be using today. This is the stamp set. Oh, so for our first card, we're going to be using just some dies, and I'm actually going to be using some stamps from another set. But our second project with our tag, we are going to be, and looks like I have to go this way so that they're the right way so you can see them. We are actually going to be using that little Frankenstein, a little Frankie guy, to make our tag. So that is our stamp set that we're going to be using today. And I think everything's backwards too. So, oh my goodness, I so apologize for this. I'm going to have to try to figure out today why I'm not connecting my phone to my Minicam. I may have to just re-add the app to my computer. All right, I'm going to start with 2 pieces of pumpkin pie. And these measure about 5 3/4 inches by, I think it was 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to, while I'm cutting these, I'm going to center this in between there so that it will cut the holes to make our handles as well. And I want to kind of put it up a little bit close to the top, and I'm just trying to center from left to right. Not a whole lot flusters me, but I can tell you that this morning, ladies, I am flustered a little bit because everything usually just goes so smoothly. So when it didn't connect, I was like, oh no. And I started trying at like 10 after 8. So it's not like I waited till the very last minute to do it. I did start doing it a little bit early. Okay, so there's 1/2 of our box. And then we have to do that again with another piece. So it will take you about a sheet of cardstock to make one of these boxes, but it is a pretty nice sized box that you end up with. There's a lot of different things that you could possibly put inside of that box. So again, I'm going to put this up towards the top and try to center it left to right. And then I think that just shifted a little bit, but I think we're still going to be okay. All right. Hello, Cheryl. Oh, Julie, I'm glad that you're glad to be here and that it's fine for you. It just shows you that not everything goes real smoothly, right? Let's see here. I'm going to get this Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine out of the way because that's all we're going to need it for. Everything else that I was going to cut, I actually have done already. So we should be good that way. All right. And my die I'm going to set over here. Now, in this set of dies, you have this thing that looks like a triangle, and then you have these 2 pieces right here. What you can do is you can cut those out and make your own candy corn. And so I have a bunch of those cut. I should have 5 of them, I think. Here's another one. And then I've got some of the white ones. And let me just pop some of the rest of these out here. We are going to put together some candy corn today so you can see how easy it is. I probably should have made a couple of these, but it really goes together pretty fast. And so we should be all good there. I'm also going to be using some of them bones, I think it's called, paper, designer series paper. And this measures, I think I had it written down here somewhere. I didn't. I am just like batting 1,000 here today. Let me see if I can get a ruler. I thought I had a ruler out here. I do not see one. Thought I had one right out here. I will let you know what these measurements are. I will go ahead and measure them. But I think it was 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. if I remember correctly. It was 2 3/4, and I think that was 3 1/4 or 3 1/2. I will double check on it and I will let you know. But that fits like really nicely right inside. There we go. I think you want it that way, inside that box. And then the paper is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's 2 5/8 by either 3 1/8 or 3 3/8. And I will double check on that for you. Okay, so that is our paper. And then I also cut out this little circle. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this circle in a little bit. That's going to be our greeting. But I also want to put these together first so that we can make our card. Good morning, Nancy. All right, so I have a new thing of glue because I know that last night when I was making these, I was on the very last part of my glue. So I'm just lining this up along the bottom and I'm lining this up along the top. You don't need a lot of glue. I probably put more here than I needed. And why not? Because nothing seems to be going right this morning. But I'm here, right? I should be happy. I'm here. I was able to figure out how to at least still use my live and just do it with my phone rather than doing it with my computer, since that wasn't working for some reason. I guess you know what I'm going to be doing today, trying to figure out what is wrong with this. All right, and going to go here. I had to look this up last night because I'm like, I don't know which way candy corn goes. I actually ran to the store this morning to get some candy corn to put in this little box that we're making. So I didn't have any candy corn on hand. And so I ended up having to run to the store and get some so that we could fill our little box when we had it complete. Whoops, I gotta put this on the right side here. Need to pay attention. So I'm decorating both sides of this little box. So that is why I am making 5 of these little candy corns. So I'm going to have 2 on one side and 3 on the other side. So no matter which side you're on, you see a little decoration. Isn't this fun? Look at how cute this is. Just wait, I'm going to add a little bit more that's going to add just a little bit more fun to this. So I got the idea for the stamping that I'm going to do on here from when I was in Lansing. I was at I saw some of the projects that they did for Halloween, and one of them I had a picture of it on my camera. And so when I was looking at doing some cards this week for my card buffet, and I was doing a Halloween one, I saw what she had done to the candy corn, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. So I took what she had on the outside of a little box that she had made, and I made it into a card. And so when I was coming up with my box that I was doing last night, and I knew I wanted to use the candy corn for one of these so you could see how versatile this stamp set is and this bundle is, I was like, oh, I have to do that to that card. So in the Pick a Patch stamp set, there is the face of a jack-o'-lantern. And what she did was, and I'm going to have to do this way, and I know it's going to be upside down for you, but I will go ahead and turn it around. She stamped a little face on the candy corn. And how cute did that make that little candy corn? And so I decided that as I was doing mine last night, I was just going to do one, and I ended up doing 3 of them that way, and keeping a couple of them just normal. Okay, and then, whoa, on this little circle from that same stamp set. Now, the other day, the ladies in my club can testify to the fact that I could not find this stamp anywhere. So we ended up having to use a different stamp on the card that they were making, which worked. But I found it in my bucket of, I have a whole bucket of these acrylic blocks. And it must have been stuck to one of the blocks, and it was kind of buried in the bottom of my bucket. That's not one of the places that I looked. So I did finally find it, though, so that I could get that little Happy Halloween stamp. I knew it had to be somewhere in my room. I just could not find it. Okay, I found that it was easiest to decorate this part, put the designer paper on before I put my box together. And so I'm going to go ahead and layer both of these pieces of designer series paper. And I did have a ruler over here last night when I was measuring something. I don't know. Let me just throw this again on my cutter so that I can see what size it is. Okay, it is 2 3/4 by 3.5. 2 3/4 by 3.5. And I will put the dimensions. I'm hoping to get this up on my blog today. I have to go to lunch with some friends. I am going to go to church tonight with my family, and I have to do tech at the Mass. And then tomorrow, that means I can sleep in a little bit. I still haven't finished pulling all my weeds. So I'm hoping to do that tomorrow. And then my reward for getting that done is I'm going to get to stamp a little bit. So those of you that were on my newsletter know that I finally finished up all the cards for my card buffet next weekend, which is Friday night or Saturday morning. So again, next Saturday, completely forgot to announce this, I am going to be later. I will make an announcement again. I'm going to be at 12:30. I'm also going to be having a guest stamper. Jay Shante is going to be joining me, and she is going to be doing a special card with the, is it Oh Holy Night or Night Divine, whatever that religious suite of products is. She is going to be doing a project with that. She had done a demonstration at Demonstrators retreat that I participated in online, and she did such a great job, and it's such a beautiful card that I asked her if she would be a guest stamper, and she agreed. I was so excited. So we will be coming on about 12:30 next Saturday, rather than that. Tammy, how do you get added to my newsletter? I think I have your email, Tammy, so I can just go ahead and add you into my constant contact group, and I will do that. I'll double check to make sure I have your email. If I don't, I'll send you a message. I didn't send my complete email out. I have a woman that I am paying to do some of my promotions and stuff for me, and I just got her all of the information for my Christmas class that I'm doing. And Kathy Miller and I we're each doing a Christmas class. We're doing it together. So all I'm doing is I glued on that tab. Sorry, I should be explaining while I'm doing this. I glued on that tab, and now I'm going to go ahead and fold this over, and I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue. If you're a tear and tape person, you could do tear and tape as well. And I'm just going to fold this over, and it should line up perfectly. Kathy and I met last week, and we got everything. Last Sunday we worked during the Packer game, and we got everything set for our Christmas club. And so I got all the stuff over to her and some graphics and stuff, and she's working on it. She's going to have it to me by Sunday, and then I will be getting my newsletter out. So my October newsletter hasn't technically gone out yet because I am waiting on that graphic because I wanted to advertise that in the newsletter. So I will get you added to my list, Tammy, and get you going. Hey, Jay, glad that you could join us. Welcome to the, it's crazy here today. So I promise I'll have it fixed by next week, but my software on my computer, for some reason, my ManyCam software is not working. So we're doing this just from my phone. So it is a little, I realize I'm even a little bit crooked here, but I'm doing the best I can with the given situation. All right, so I have the box put together. Look at how fast that went together. All right, and now what we want to do is we want to decorate the top of it. So I look to see which way did this go. So when it folded this way, this is technically going to be the front of my box. And so I am just going to put this down with some liquid glue in the center of it. Notice I did that Happy Halloween. I think I was talking when I stamped that, but I did stamp it off to the right because we're gonna layer some of these little candy corn guys on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a couple of dimensionals on the two of the ones that we had little faces on. And I'm just going to set one of them there and the other one there. And then I'm gonna flip it over. And on the back, we're going to use the three of them back there. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw some dimensionals on those as well. And again, I'm sorry that I'm sort of upside down for you today. I'm not used to stamping upside down, but the one with actually this one doesn't have a face. This one's gonna kind of go like that. The one with the face is gonna kind of go straight on. And then the other one, I'm just gonna put in here, kind of like that. They're just kind of randomly placed on that box so that I had a little bit on the front and a little bit on the back. Okay. Didn't that go together really fast? So that die really makes it easy. Now you could cut out, I did cut out this one with the Designer Series paper, and you could just decorate it. It's not quite as sturdy as the one that you do with cardstock because designer paper is a little bit thinner. But what you could do with this does have this die right here that cuts this so that you have that little scallop or edging across the top, that zigzag across the top. So that's how I ended up doing that. All right, now we're gonna put a handle on this. And so I put this little black in here and there's some black in there. And I thought it would be fun to use this black and white ribbon. Now we do have a black with vanilla that is in our new holiday catalog. Some people are like, why did they do that when you already have this? Well, that one is a little bit thicker and the check is a little bit bigger as well. Now, I found that these holes, even the little ones, when I tie this little knot in here, if I pull too hard or I have something too heavy, it could pull that knot right through the hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, actually let me take your pick, that would be better. I'm going to take a little glue dot and I'm going to pull that off and I'm going to put it on the little edge of my ribbon. And then I'm going to press that down so that holds that in place. So it can't pull that knot through the circle, through that hole. All right, I'm gonna kind of guess about that big I want my handle to be. And I'm gonna cut off my ribbon. And again, I'm gonna wind that through or pull that through. And I'm just going to tie a knot. And again, grab a glue dot. Don't want this knot coming through that hole. Just going to press that down. There we go. So there's one of our little handles, and now it's kind of a little bit longer than I had expected, but I'll just copy it on the next one so that they're both just a little bit longer. Oh, thank you, Linda. She would stand on her head if she had to watch. That's so nice of you. I'm sorry I'm not catching up. Yeah, Joy, the joys of technology. Love it, hate it, right? I did everything. I restarted my computer. I didn't have time to delete the software on my computer and then reload it on the computer. I just didn't have the time for that. I'm like, okay, let's see if I can figure out how to do this on my phone without having the computer. And I was able to type in all of the information for my YouTube Live, where I had set up to go live. You have to set in like a URL, you have to set in a stream code, and I was able to, this one just doesn't want to stay. There we go. I was able to look at that and just manually enter it in and then just pray I didn't make any typos, because if I made any typos, it would be a real problem. And so I was able to figure that all out, and I'm here. Good thing that during the pandemic, my job required so much of that I usually can try to figure almost anything out. A very little gets me too flustered, but when you're on a time crunch, if I had, tried to connect my phone and it wasn't working, maybe let's say an hour before I was ready to go live, I probably would have been able to figure it out. And I know I'll be able to figure it out sometime today, but I just didn't have the time when I went on a little bit later because, like I said, I ran to the store this morning to get candy corn. So I was joining just a little bit later. The things I do for this live, right? Okay. I think I put the glue dot on the wrong side. There we go. All right, so there is our little box. So cute. The handles are a little bit longer than I would want, but it works. And like I said, I ran to the store this morning and I got a little candy corn, and I happen to have these bags. I should go this way so you can see it the right way. I happen to have these little bags from when I used to do craft fairs. And I bought thousands of them at the time, and then I stopped doing craft fairs when I was going to grad school, and I never got back into it. So I have a lot of these. I just put the candy corn in there and tied it with that same ribbon at the top, and that fits right inside of there. And what a cute little gift that you could put on a coworker's desk on Halloween morning, or you could leave for somebody who does service for you. I was thinking that what I wanted to do was leave these for the girls that come in, and I do pay to get my house really, I do cleaning in between. I do every other week. I have somebody come and kind of do more of a deep cleaning for me, and then on the other weeks I do the cleaning, but I'm just so busy that I like to be able to know that it's going to get done. So this is that little box. And the back is decorated as well. But what a fun little gift to be able to leave for somebody. If you don't really want to do candy corn, because not everyone likes candy corn, you could throw some little candy bars in there, some Dove chocolates. You could fill it with just about anything. And the neighbor kids, my neighbor kids are all older now. Two of them are out of high school and one's a freshman in high school. But the girl across the street, she sometimes takes care of Lila for me. She loves Lila, and she's a freshman in high school. So I might do something like this for her and have a few extra little goodies in there rather than just having what you normally throw in a bucket. My dog sitter, I was thinking of she loves cosmic brownies from Little Debbie's, and I was thinking that might even fit in there, that I could decorate it up a little bit. What is that box die called? That is part of the Tricks and Treats. So it comes with We're going to use the stamp set in the next thing that we're going to do. But it comes with the die, and it comes with, this is a bigger circle if you had bigger ribbon, and then it has the smaller circle, which is the circle that we used. And then it has, this little thing can cut out the tricks or treat. You've got a little tag that you could do the eek. I'm sorry, let me go this way. You have a little Frankenstein, which we're going to use. There's a ghost here that you could use with the glow-in-the-dark paper if you happen to have that, or just with some white paper. So then the candy corn is on there, and then the word boo. We're going to be using the word boo in our next little project. So I'm featuring this because I think this is such an awesome kit for creating some different Halloween things. Like I could see keeping this and not getting rid of it, only because there is so much that you could do with it. All right, so there is our little box that we have completed as a little gift. And now, like I said, our second project, instead of doing a card, I decided I wanted to do a little tag. So I have a nephew who's in college and he's 21. But I saw this little this insulated can or mug, and it says best booze around. So I thought it was cute how it used booze and, booze in there, and you could use this for putting some booze in. So I put some chocolates inside of it. But if you found something like this, you could also take like these little alcohol, and let me go this way, these little alcohol things, and you could put that with it in a little gift bag. So there's a lot of different things that I thought that you could do with this. So I found a gift bag that I kind of decorated up here with the greens and purple and black because I love those colors for Halloween. I put some candy inside the little mug, and I put some candy, didn't mean to do that, sorry, inside of the bag as well. So I'm setting this in here, wrapping it up, and now I want a card to go with this. But my bag is just plain black. I didn't get like any fancy Halloween. It was much cheaper to just get a black bag. So I decided what I wanted to do was I wanted to attach a tag to that, so that instead of putting my card in an envelope, I'm decorating up that plain box with a tag. So here is how you can make these kind of oversized tags that can replace a card. And again, I didn't put my Post-it notes on here. I finished last night probably like about, I don't know what time. I went to bed pretty early last night. The week had been pretty rough, and so I needed to get to bed early. So this measures 3.5 by 6. And then I love green and purple, like I said. This measures 3.25 by 5.75. And then this designer series paper, it looks purple, but it's actually Starry Sky. And this measures 3 by 5.5. Okay, so that's just gonna all layer on there. What I wanted to do is I wanted to use some of the stamps from that Tricks and Treats stamp set. So I got out the colors that were in that mug, was the green, and I brought in the purple, and I am going to stamp some things to put on top of my tag. So I've got some Starry Sky ink, and I have some of the Parakeet Party. So the Starry Sky, I thought this haunted house was really cute and kind of went with the theme that I was going for, since it was going to be for my nephew. I wanted it to be a little more masculine. Okay, so there is that. And then the Frankenstein, you have the head, or the basic head that I did in the Parakeet Party. And then this is his face along with his hair and the bolts, which you want in black. And again, I apologize. Let's see. If I go this way, maybe I can still stamp it the right way. Let's see if I can line this up, even though I'm stamping upside down. Oh, not too bad. Okay, so you just line that up, and we have our little head on our Frankenstein. We have dies that will actually cut those out. And I just stamped on my layer that's supposed to go on the back to write a message. So I'll have to go cut another one of those. I just looked in my thing, and they're the scraps that I was supposed to use to do those, but that's all right. It's kind of how the day is going, right? So through the magic of TV, I have our Frankenstein cut out, and I have our little haunted house cut out, just using the dies. All right, so there are those. I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to need it in a little bit. I'm going to set those away. I also thought, how fun would it be to put these little wiggly eyes or googly eyes, whatever you call them, on our little Frankenstein. And I happen to have some of these. When I was doing this last night, I'm like, oh, do I have them and do I have the right size? And lo and behold, I did. And so I got some of these out, and I thought, how fun. Whoops. Okay, where did it? Here it is. How fun would it be to put those on our little Frankenstein? So I'm just going to use some glue dots and stick that on there. Okay, so there is one of our eyes, just making sure that I have it over the eye. And because doesn't every Halloween card have to have something fun like this on it? I just thought this would be so fun to do. Okay, and there's our other one. So we've got our little Frankenstein ready to go. We have our little haunted house ready to go. I also cut out of the glow-in-the-dark paper, yes, glow-in-the-dark paper, this boo. I thought since the mug, if you remember the mug, said it had something about boo, I thought I would use the boo on the front side of this as well. Right? Now, let's go ahead and layer this all together, and then we will get our tag and attach it to our gift bag. So I'm just going to attach the Parakeet Party. And again, I will have all these dimensions for you after, since I didn't do a very good job. I was really tired last night. And when I finished it, I'm like, I'm going to bed and I'm going to get this in the morning. And kind of forgot that I didn't have all my dimensions written up here for you. Okay, so there is my tag. I am using this trio punch. This is where you can make a tag on the side. I didn't decide, I wanted to just keep these rectangular. I didn't want to angle them off, but I am going to use this little slot punch. You could use that. You could use a hole punch if you have a hole punch, but we need to add some ribbon to this tag. And so I decided I wanted just that little slit so I could put my ribbon through that. Now, the ribbon that I'm going to be using, if I can find it, this is the Parakeet Party. This is the Starry Sky. And I'm also going to be using that black and white ribbon that we used. And so I'm just going to cut. I should have measured how long these were because I know somebody's going to ask me, but I just kind of looked at it and I'm like, okay, I want the ribbon to be about that long. And I'm going to cut a couple of these in black and white. So there's two of them in black and white. And then I'm going to do about the same size in each of these so that I'm going to add a little bit of color to my top ribbon. I think that the ribbon on the top of these really make these tags. So I'm just kind of cutting these all around the same length. And I'm going to bring the Starry Sky in here. Again, I thought it was purple. I thought at first that that was Gorgeous Grape, but when I looked at it, it said that it was Starry Sky, which is kind of a purplier blue. And I'm going to do another one of those, odd number. Okay, and then I'm just going to take all of these together. I'm just kind of putting them all together here, and we're going to weave them through that little slit that we had. Whoops. I have one that's not coming here. There we go. Okay, and I want this to kind of be even on top. So I have to look to see. It looks like I have to pull these a little bit longer. All right, and then I'm going to take some of the Parakeet Party and I'm just going to wrap this around here towards the base, and I'm just going to tie this in a knot, and then this is what I'm going to actually tie to the bag as well. So I'm just going to tie this knot down here. And then this is what I'm going to use to tie to my bag. So I've got all this fun little stuff. Now, if you think some of these are a little bit long, like this one's a little bit long, I can come in here and trim some of these off a little. They don't all have to be the same size. Whoops. Kind of cut them all at some sort of an angle. Okay, so there is my fun little tag that I'm going to attach to my bag. And now I just have to design it. And so what I decided to do was I'm going to put Frankie up here, and I'm going to put my little, here, let me go this way again, that little haunted house is going to go down there. I'm going to put the Boo, which is glow in the dark. So if you go into the dark room, that just kind of turns almost, the glow in the dark color that it is almost like a greenish color. I'm going to accent it with some of our glow in the dark bats to kind of put around by the haunted house. And also in that stamp set is this trio of stars. And I thought, how fun would it be to just stamp some of those stars in some of the areas where I need to fill in. So let's go ahead and start adding some of this to our tag. So I'm just putting a couple of dimensionals on here. So we've got that one. And the little wiggly eyes on our, so he's not as scary with those little wiggly eyes, right? He looks kind of cute. All right, and then we're going to use a little glue to add down our Boo. Ooh, there's a dog barking outside. It's not mine. She's in the house. All right, so that little Boo is gonna go there. And then, like I said, I'm gonna take that black ink and I'm just going to add some of those stars. And I'm gonna take my scrap here, since I didn't do this before. Did that, and then I think I'm going to add some up here as well. So I'm going to do the same thing, just kind of cover that. Let's do one of our bigger stars here, and then maybe a little one up here. Okay, isn't that fun? Whoops, you got to go this way. Fun. And the boo is backwards. Sorry, I don't know how to fix everything when I do it this way because I'm not used to doing it this way. All right, so then I'm going to add some of those glow in the dark little bats. We'll throw one right there in that spot, and we'll throw one up there kind of by the boo, so that gets added. Whoops, that gets added to that. And we've got ourselves a fun little tag that matches sort of what we have inside of our bag. And I still have my little string here to tie this to the bag. But before I do that, let me cut some white. I had this cut. Let's see, we want 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And that's just going to go on there so that I can write my message. Now, if you wanted to, you could write your message. If you wanted to type, or if you wanted to stamp a Happy Halloween, we could stamp that Happy Halloween on there. If you wanted to stamp one of the Frankensteins on the back, you could. I just thought I needed some place to write like a little note to him as I'm giving him this gift. And now if I bring my gift bag in, which is kind of big to have in here, but I'm just going to take the edges, the 2 sides of that ribbon, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to tie that onto the handle. I'm actually just going to tie it in a knot. I don't know that I have enough to get a bow. But now my little gift has a cute little tag. It's not a card. It's the same, like basically the same size almost of a card. It's just longer, not quite as wide. But how cute is that to be able to give that gift with that little tag hanging on it? How fun would it be to make a whole bunch of these for Christmas, right? I'm just thinking that this would be fun to make for some of my Christmas gifts using my stamping talent to make. I don't have to make like little tags, but I could like get plain bags, which would be a lot cheaper to just get plain bags than to be able to, than to have to get those bags that are all decorated, and then decorate the gift up with one of my gifts, rather my talents, rather than having to buy all these decorated bags. And then you can make your tag and decorate it the way you want to. So this was just a cute idea that she had at the thing with making. She makes all these tags. They were just beautiful. One tag was cuter than the next. And I just thought, I'm going to use that for this week. So we've got our tag that we made. I'm going to set my gift aside. So I'll bring out the other one that I had here. So here's our tag. We have our little bag that has a little treat in that we could give away. All right. And that is what I have for you today. Let me flip these so that they're still going to be written backwards, but at least the stuff is the right. No, it's not. Let's see here. I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. Nope, this is the way I'm supposed to go. Okay. I'm like, everything's a little delayed there. So that is that. All right. One last thing before I go. Again, a reminder that next week I will be live at 12:30. Jay Shante will be joining me, and she will be doing one really cool card that she demonstrated for a retreat that I took, workshop, or I don't know, Creative Escape it was called, that I did virtually because I couldn't attend in person this year. And she did a demonstration, and I was just wowed. And so I asked her if she would come on, and she said that she was excited to do it. So I'm so excited to have her at my house next week to do that. Jay, I promise I'll have all the technology figured out by then. I also wanted to share with you, I talked a little bit about my Christmas class that I'll be having, and that I'm going to also be having some to-go kits as well. Kathy and I met last week and we put together our sampler, and I don't know how well this is going to show up because of the light over the top and the glass, but this is what I mean by a sampler. Yeah, you can see my lights and stuff like that in there, so I apologize. So it's little squares using some of the products that we have, and it's put into a shadow box so that then you can display it or you can gift it to someone. So I am going to be having this as one of the projects for my Christmas, cards. My Christmas, class.